Good morning, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet. We are going to start our webinar on using job search tools. In the main screen right now, you'll see a polling question to let us know how you would like to use Illinois WorkNet, because we're going to do a I want to kind of screen, and we'd like to know how you might want to use it. In the upper left-hand corner is a Q&A. So if you want to ask a question during the course of the presentation, and we are talking about using Illinois WorkNet job openings and job search tools. So those are the questions that we would like for you to ask, is something pertaining to the webinar. You can type those into the Q&A section, and we will answer those questions for you. We also have a set of links underneath the Q&A section so that you can link to any of the items on our page directly from the webinar. It will not work in the recording, but it will be available during the webinar itself. If at any time you have problems hearing over your computer speakers, you are welcome to dial into the number that is in the top pod, 866-821-1611. And I'm going to close down our beginning poll right here so that we can get on with our presentation. We'll be talking about using job search tools on Illinois WorkNet. And what I thought I would do today is start with a scenario. Meet Jim, job seeker. He's a 37-year-old male. He was laid off from his previous job, and he wants to change careers. He's seeking help from Illinois WorkNet. A couple of the things that Jim's already done is he's gone to our Explore menu, and he's checked out his skills and interests. He's checked out wages and trends for jobs moving forward, and then he used our Employment 101 to create a plan. In the training menu, he found some basic math training because he needed to update some of his math skills. He participated in welding training through a school, and then he found an apprenticeship opportunity to help him hone his skills. He also looked at our Qualified for Jobs menu and found some workplace skills that he needed to review. He updated a couple of his computer skills using some of our resources, and then he beefed up his resume using our Illinois WorkNet Resume Builder tool. Jim turned to Illinois WorkNet yet again to help him find a new job. Because he was ready to find a new job after his apprenticeship was over, Jim followed these suggestions. He entered his keywords that applied to him into the Illinois WorkNet JobFinder, and then he looked at a few postings on the website by featured employers. He reviewed the information about starting a business just in case he wanted to do that. Then he read some blog articles, watched a couple of videos. He also took a look at the web pages that had something to do with hiring credits. He found 2 of them that were applicable to him that he could suggest to potential employers. So would you like to see how Jim did what he did? Let's move my screen over so that we can share my computer screen, and we'll show you how he did what he did. Now, if you need this bigger, I'm going to magnify it here for you. But if you need it bigger, there is a button at the top of your screen that has 4 arrows pointing out. You can make that full screen, and you can see that a little bit better. So under the job openings and recruiting menu is where Jim found all of this latest information that he was talking about, and where you can find some of this information yourself. Under the Illinois WorkNet JobFinder, Jim found the place where he could enter some keywords, and this is what we were talking about here. He entered in welding, and he did a search within 10 miles of his zip code, and he lives in Springfield. So I'm going to now hit search. then what happens, let's search out further than that, because that's the option that you can do. If you don't see anything within 10 miles of your home, you can search even further. So he sees a plant manager job in Taylorville, and on the map it should show you a little tag for the Taylorville job, but you can also see by clicking on that job title, you can see the actual job itself. You can read all of the information about it and see what there is to see, and then you can apply for the job right here from this page. Now, if you have used the Illinois WorkNet Resume Builder, you can download that to your computer, a jump drive or your computer itself, or a cloud-based storage, and then you could upload your resume to Indeed and help you get that job application filled out right away. Let's go back and take a look at another keyword, just for anybody else on the call that might be looking. Let's type in the word nursing. I'm going to just type nurse. And I'm going to do a zip code from Batavia, Illinois. I'm going to open up the advanced search options. We have job sectors. So I'm going to do healthcare. And I'm looking for a full-time position, all sources, job boards, or employer website only. I'm going to do all websites. And then I'm going to check to see if there's a listing anytime within 15 days, 7 days, 3 days, or 1 day. I'm going to do the 15 days here. I can pick how many results I want. I'm just going to leave it at 10. And then I can sort by either date or relevance. And I'm going to sort by date. Then I'm going to click on the search. And as you can see, I have quite a few results here. It says job 1 to 10 of 626 jobs. I'm viewing page 1 of 63. Now, if I made my number bigger to that 50 number, then I would have less pages. As you can see, I've got all of the pin placements over here in the right-hand corner of the map. If I click on the map and bring it in closer, it will spread out the postings so that I can see a little bit more clearly where those postings are. So there's one in Elgin, or the area. There is something in Elk Grove, Itasca, a couple down here near Warrenville and Naperville, one in Downers Grove. And so if you hover over the bullet or click on the pinpoint on the map, it tells you which job it is. So if you want the job in Elgin or want to look more at that, I can look at Manager Patient Services Ortho Neuro. It will open up the map, the job for that position, and it tells me all of that information. So that's how you use the job search on WorkNet. It's powered by Indeed, so if you need to take a look, all you have to do is enter your keyword, pick the radius that you're willing to drive, type in the zip code for that radius to circle around. Then if you would like to use the advanced search features, you just have to pick from in those, click the search, and you get all of the jobs showing up. Now, the next thing that we talked about that Jim JobSeeker did, was he took a look at the featured employers. Before we go to that, I want to show you the Illinois JobLink page that we have. Illinois JobLink is our friend at the Illinois Department of Employment Security, and they have a number of services of their own that they use. So they've got some services for employers, for individuals, and for veterans. We have links to each of those pages, as well as some flyers and information about how to use those items on Illinois JobLink. Back up at our menu, we have our featured employers. And on our featured employers, we have jobs that actual employers from Illinois have posted. Now, if you want to filter by industry on these jobs, you are able to pick a particular category of all of them that we have listed on the website, and it will tell you if there are no items. It's kind of grayed out. Otherwise, we have the items in the menu, and you can sort by health science, hospitality and tourism, as we have showing right now. So Jim, the job seeker looking for a welding job, might look in transportation, distribution, and logistics just in case there's a welding job there. So what helps is if you know what some of your compatible industries are or where else you might find those similar jobs. And then we're looking at Flash. We can click to Flash's website to see the employment opportunities that they have on their website. Now, if a business is doing this properly, they would take you directly to the employment page. But sometimes you just want to see a little bit more about the company, so you can take a look. If you know of anybody who might be interested in adding a position to our featured employers, all they have to do is submit a position right here. And it's very simple. They click on the link here, fill in the starred information, and submit their job. They can also include their logo. That would be 300 by 300 pixels. All they've got to do is just add their information. We review it all, and then we will post it up toot sweet. Now, we talked about Jim reviewing the information for starting a business. And we had a webinar a week or so ago about starting a business and what a business owner might look for from services for Illinois WorkNet. But here we have some information about creating a business plan, what you need to know, the logistics might be, resources that are available for you, and as well as some handouts and some related resources. Now, Jim found the tools that we have in place for employers about the hiring credits, and we'll just show you these really quickly. There are a number of them that to people with disabilities, for those for veterans, as well as for youth. So if any of these might apply to you, you can information to help you bring them to a potential employer. And last but not least on this menu, this is geared to our employers, but you can kind of reverse engineer some of this information. So if you're looking at these recruiting items, you can take these into consideration when you're find out how you might want to use some of these items. We have some links here that the employers can use to recruit using social media. So if you are looking at that, you might be able to use that information to help you improve your social media use to find a job. We have our blog articles that are related. These are some of the things that Jim, the job seeker, read. And we've got a number of items in there that you can do, what to do after an interview, your resume is done, now what, just different articles. We have a number of videos that are available. So that you can review that information as well. We have a couple of playlists there. And last on our job openings and recruiting menu is how to start the search with our responsive database of information. All of these answers are active links, so you don't have to worry about finding a bad link. And it's all available for you. All right, so that's our demonstration right here. Let's go to our questions to see if we have some that we can answer for the audience. We've got a question about incumbent worker training. That's covered under the training and credentials section. How often do the jobs on JobFinder duplicate on our Illinois job link? Chelsea did answer that. All of our jobs come from Indeed, so that depends on where the employers are posting. What does relevance search for? Relevance is how close to the keyword of what you entered, and it is determined by Indeed as well. So the relevance is you entered welding on your keyword search, and Indeed will figure out what the relevance of the job posting is compared to that keyword. We've got another question here. Again, all of these items are coming from Indeed, so those, the America Jobs, anywhere where there is a website posting coming in, it will come to us based on where it comes from Indeed. Let's see what else we have. Okay, I'm looking at some of the questions. Some of them have been answered. If I wanted printed materials on the JobFinder, where can I get those? We do have a flyer in the bottom of the screen that has some directions for the JobFinder. It is in the file pod just below. And if we need more directions, we can look into creating those for you. All right, so I think that might be all of our questions from the field. Let me check with all the boards. All right, I don't see any other questions coming in. If you do have some questions, please feel free to send them to us at info@illinoisworknet.com. I'll put that into a notepad. And we're going to ask you to please fill in our closing questions here. Again, if you have anything that you need to answer, we'll be happy to answer that for you if it's applicable to our job openings and recruiting section here. And I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We have another webinar scheduled for the 12th of March. It is going to be talking about networking and connecting tools on our menu. We'll be covering some social media options, how to use them for your job search. Have a great day, everybody.